Is it fun when I laugh at myself? Pretty late today. Pretty late, but it's also going to be a short stream. So, lose. No, I'm going to try streaming as an end of day thing now, because my previous schedule was to do this right after work and then do freelance work at the end of the day. But you know what? This is the one I actually enjoy doing. So I think I will put it at the end of my day to ensure that I actually do the things I don't want to do prior to doing this. Okay, so yes, we have some stuff. I have decided I'm going to go with what I'm going to do today is we managed to use this pico test harness doodad to read this floppy stat. So this pin is the like floppy presence detect signal, and there's a register where you can read that, and we read that register with the pico, and it came through just fine. So I'm kind of thinking, since we know that works, let's try moving this back over to the NES, which really shouldn't be too bad because it's just a matter of it's more annoying to get the pico stuff plugged in than the NES, because the NES has nice headers that I can just plug in sometimes. And yeah, so it's I do want to reset it still, so I'm going to have to set this up in such a way that I am still attached to ground. And let me sequester some of these wires so that I do not lose them, but also so they are not poking each other and screwing things up. And so I will make sure the ground is connected between this board and the pico, and that I keep the reset line hooked up. And I'm gonna need the detect line as well, of course. But in the meantime, let's just clean this up, unplug the stuff, do some things and do some stuff. Rhyming stuff with stuff is totally cool. Go and try and keep these somewhat organized is my thought. Somewhat. Because I pretty much guarantee you this won't work. So when this inevitably doesn't work, I'm going to store these over here so that hooking this thing back up won't be so bad. I hope watching me silently move wires over is mesmerizing. Hey, Trey Dempsey. Hola. Hey, Jacob. Firstly, stopping in, totally cool. No worries, you can't stay. But before you go, I must ask you. I was stalking some of my people the other day because I am that type of creep. And I have to ask, do you work at HashMap? If you're the Trey Dempsey that works at HashMap, well, it's not worth talking about if you're not the Trey Dempsey at HashMap. But I'm sure there are many Trey Dempseys in the world. So, and if you choose not to answer, that is also fine. Also, he may have just completely taken off as soon as he said that message. No, he's here. Okay. Oh, anyway. All right, so that is everything disconnected except for the drive sense, and let me get a ground hooked up. Yoobity doop doop doop. Here we are. And this whole top row on the floppy connector are all ground. That's convenient. Okay. I think that's it. Now I just have to plug my chippies back in. It's gonna be a kind of low energy afternoon, I think. Afternoon? Night? Something like that. Oh. Have I ever shown this off, by the way? I love this mug. That's how you know I'm legit. Anywho. Okay, now that that's done, let's go ahead and plug in these wires. Let's see if I can set up this whole thing while it's still sitting on the bench without putting it on top of the NES. Without disrupting it too much. Or if that will break this harness thingy. Hissing sound? Is there actual sound, or is it just a hissing sound? I must know. OBS is showing perfectly fine audio, so that's... Let me check this on my phone real quick. Oh! Sorry, I'm slow. Was a joke about my Vim cup. Sorry. So is that... So are you a Emacs person, or, you know, just generally hate editors that weren't made in the last 20 years? Okay, let me see if this even boots, because I have had problems since I did this whole running cables out of the NES thing. When I've got it in here, it kind of doesn't like... It prefers going over this way, which should make me concerned about the integrity of my cables. But of course, the video capture thing is kaput. Every time. Kate Adam VS Code. Is Adam dead? I haven't heard about Adam in so long, and I think I heard it was dead, but honestly, that'd be kind of sad. It was a big-ish project. It was not a terrible editor. Okay, cool. She works. So I guess the next thing to do is... You know, I'm going to do first, because I had questions last time about if my like get key routine was actually waiting for key presses every time or not, because it should be, but it would be good to know if it's not. VS Code, it's over here. So, we need to go to what I was going to do is figure out where the heck... Oh, here's whole loop. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna get key, print char, but then after that, I am just going to put in a quick testing load A, let's do an exclamation point. Literal exclamation point? What happens if I put in a character and don't put literal in front of it? I have to imagine that's still literal, but who's to say? Okay, and then I'm gonna JSR print char on the basis that an exclamation point should get printed after every character I type, and that's it. We shouldn't get exclamation points over and over and over again. And again, this is just for me to test whether I can trust, like, if I put some code after this, such as, you know, reading from the floppy drive or something, that, you know, I can use my key presses to, like, wait until I'm ready to do the test. So, yeah. Oh, let's test that. Oh, bado bado, doobadoo. There's the programmer. Give me my EEPROM 29EE010. Do. There we go. Select it up, load it up, do some stuff. There we go. Thank you. I will be here at least for like an hour or so. Basic.bin. Load it on in. Program. Oh, stupid frickin' check ID bit. Program. There we go. Okay, let's see what that does, I guess. Let's go back over to this thing. Pop this thing out of this other thing. Then take this thing. Put it inside this thing. And then when we're done, let's turn on this thing. Okay, that seems good. Good. Okay. So, what I was seeing on the scope the other day with the assert for this, the chip select, keep getting continuously asserted over and over again, was either a fluke or something worse, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay. Wait, I do wonder. I'm just going to look at something really quick. Don't mind me. We're just going off the rails a touch. If I look at Kubel, I just want to see, what did I specify? Floppy drive chip enable. So it's the A17, the A18, and the chip enable, which surely is only enabled when the cartridge region is addressed. There's like a ROM chip enable signal on the cartridge connector. I know that. So it would be insane for that not to be the case. So I'm just wondering if there is any case in which this would be getting asserted besides me reading from that very specific area for the floppy disk controller, chip select, all that stuff. Actually, while I'm in here, let me at least go ahead and sorry, I have a very untrusting feeling about myself in my own head. But I'm going to press through it. Right, so what I was going to do was, oh, right. Yeah. I'm going to ignore this. I'm going to ignore this because apparently we can, per our pico testing the other day, I can just tie chip enable directly to read, and it should be fine, is what I understand. So let's just do that. Not like that makes a huge difference, but it will be interesting to see. So this will just be, it's just CEB, right? Yes, CEB. And that is all. Run, compile. Yes, I thought I did. I think I keep hitting Function S instead of Control S because this keyboard. All right, that's built. Let's pop the paddle back out of here because if it was fun inserting it once, it'll be fun inserting it again. That's why. Any day now. Any day now. There it goes. I should turn off the Nintendo. Though, hey, give me credit for how chaotic I am. Haven't fried anything yet, as far as we know. In the program we go. ATF 16 V8. No, that's actually the wrong one. V8. B. Load the JED. FDC mapper. Program it up. Go for it. Done. Okay, so there's that. And I guess I still need to go back to the computer because the next thing is to, we can get rid of this, I suppose, but is to, let's make a call. Okay, I would rather just make this a subroutine, but for now, let's see, I don't think halt loop does anything special except for, oh, right, this was the code to blink the LED. I was like, what even is it using A for? Why am I pulling and pushing A? Why am I pulling and pushing A? It was 0, and was there a reason for me to? Oh, because it's inverting it. Right, that's why. Because it starts out as 0, then I pull it, exclusive OR it with 1, right. That was supposed to be flipping it on and off. I'm just going to comment that stuff for now, because that would still be cool to have. That's not how you write a comment in assembly. But instead of that, I am just going to jam in this whole business. Did I copy that? Let's find out. Nope. Nope. Oh, God. Come on, track point. You can do it. And I think I can just drop this in because otherwise it's not really doing anything with other registers in this loop or anything. We are doing get key and print character, but after that, I think everything is good to use? We'll find out. Let's just copy that on over here. And hope for the best. All right. I think that's that. So we're gonna wait for a key, print it, and then before we wait for a key again, we are going to read from, so here's the deal. So we were already reading from A007, which is supposedly the register we were reading from with the Raspberry Pi, right? We can confirm this, but I'm pretty confident. Reading from register 7. Oh, right. It's not in that code. It's down here. Yeah. Address 7. So one would think that we would have, if this was working the other day, that we would have seen that. And if I recall correctly, reading from A007, we were, I was going to say we were seeing like bus noise, but for what it's worth, in the documentation, it says that for that register, the everything except for bit 7 is not driven. So maybe it's that stuff was floating that wasn't bit 7. And of course, bit 7 itself would have pretty much been floating. So it's still worth a try. It's still worth a try. And before I do that, let's print a new line every time before we do that. Actually, let's print a new line after it. Sure. Load a literal 0D JSR printer. Load a OA JSR printer. And then we start the whole lovely thing over again. Do you build? Buildeth thou? Very good. Very good. Nope. Let's set the correct chip first, hey? 29 EE. Oh no. Good enough. Load file. Load the bin. Set the offset. Okie doke. Pop the chip out. Probably a good idea. Do it at an awkward angle so that I have trouble for no good reason. Damn you. Damn you, check ID. She's done. Okay. Does she run? Sure does. Okay. Good. That works pleasingly. Looking at chat really quick. Jacob said, how long are you planning on streaming today? Maybe an hour. I don't want to spend too much time. Remember, I was saying I'm going to take it easy again. I will need to, maybe tomorrow? Maybe Friday morning? I will do last minute fix-up stuff for VCF before I leave. Mainly making sure that this is just doing something like printing what's on the keyboard, and switching enter to actually do carriage feed or carriage return and line feed. But anyway, so if that bit 7 is in fact coming from this pin, I would expect when I change this to +5 volts and try again, that will change. I am not feeling good about that, but... Oh! Wait. Was it working this whole effing time? Are you kidding me? Excuse me, sir. Doth thou kid? Kiddeth thou? Dude, that's awesome. I'm sad to see. Did Wereworm make it? Wereworm's always here. Not a problem if he's not here, but I just feel like he would be chuffed to see this. I am chuffed to see this. I could just play with this all day. And this wasn't reset either, but that's kind of not surprising because this register doesn't, like, it's not connected to any of the logic inside of the actual chip. But I don't know. We could reset the chip anyway. But that raises the question: are the other registers not driving anything on the bus as well? Or, like, is it just that this super simple register works? There is a question. There is indeed a question. So you know what I'll just go ahead and do? Let us look at the cartridge pinout really quick. First, we know there's not a reset line there. We'll get around to it. I'm going to leave this connected up to the Raspberry Pi reset situation. But right. Where on the cartridge is the right pin? Because I want to steal that. And maybe I will take Wereworm's advice and just steal one of my existing wires and do that. This is why, being a smart person, I have not actually screwed together the NES yet. I knew this day would come. We want, yes, pinout of 72-pin NES stuff. And... No. I am looking for, like, CPU read write, pin 14. Cool. Yeah. So, let's go steal that. There, like I said, there is an SRAM on here, so I think maybe I can just piggyback it on the SRAM. But let's tear this NES back down. You're a no good NES. There are lots of other NESs that are better looking than you and can play games better. Have I torn it down enough? Have I teared it? This is gonna get weird. Let's do that. Okay, let's crack this guy open. Heat up the soldering iron while we're at that. I will see you in a second, Jacob David Cunningham. You picked a good time. You're just gonna miss the soldering. The soldering is good mostly for the building of tension, I do think, and little else. The question of, did he fuck it up real bad, or just pretty bad? Okay, let us see. There's my boy. My other beautiful boy. I guess don't tell my cat or my third beautiful boy. Maybe this is a girl. Who knows? Maybe it is, you know, gender fluid. Who knows? Who knows? Funny thing is, I would be able to close this cartridge much easier if I had just soldered the wires on the back. Well, no reason to think about that now. It's time to do some probing. Oh, sneeze coming. But it's gonna, I bet it's just, oh no. I was worried for a second that I would just do that embarrassing thing where you just kind of sit there staring at the inside of your elbow for a couple of minutes and then nothing happens in front of a live studio audience. So we're looking for pin 14, which is probably on the front, because if I look at these numbers, there sure is a 69 on the back of here. Nice. So yeah. Well, here's 15, so this must be 14. That's a pain because I wanted to probe this RAM chip. Let me take a quick look at it, see if I can get a number off of it. Yeah, because it's just an NEC part. NEC, well, it might be a custom-made NEC part, or a custom badged NEC part even. What am I thinking? I can just probe it. Don't think too hard about it. All we need to know is where this goes on here, and then we can... Is that really it? There's no way. There's no way, right? No, because that... Yeah. Because this drops all the way to 0. Right. Or goes all the way to the end, if it is continuous. Anyway, so all I need to do is find a pin that is connected to the read-write signal. Not any of those. And I'm going to have to probe the rest from the back. Good luck with that. Getting close, maybe. Like, this is a RAM chip. It has to have. It has to have a frickin' right pin on it, right? Okay, we're tracing traces now. Just make sure that was 14, yeah? Yeah, that's 14. Let's just make sure it's numbered the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that is 14. Where do you go? Where do you go now? Where do you go? Unless that's the character ROM. Wait, have I been assuming there? No, that's WRAM. You'd think read-write would go directly to the... Oh, wait, maybe it does go through the MMC3. That could make sense. I think there's an MMC pin out on here. Somewhere. I don't think it's on this page, but... Was it on this page? Nihongo de... Nope. Nai desu. But I know that there is a pin out somewhere, and if that has a right signal coming out of it... Well, it doesn't matter, because I can't use that anyway. So I guess I just have to attach directly to pin 14. It's just a pain in the butt because... you know. I don't want it to get crushed by the slip in the cart, and it probably will. It would be really nice if there's a nice via, so let's try and find a nice via. I guess I just need to start poking things. goes. This pin 14. Oh, sorry. This pin 14. The trace just kind of goes. Looks like. Sorry. I know you can't see anything, but it goes, I think, basically just under this chip and then it disappears. So I'm just going to keep probing things until I find something that's connected to it. And then we're going to attach a wire to it. It's really that simple. Okay, I'm just making sure I'm not crazy. Okay. Does it go into the MMC3 at all? Nope. Wait. That is probably just power or something. Oh, wait. The hell? Oh, frickin' A. It's a pad that is underneath the MMC3, but that is definitely it. Cool, okay. Right goes in there. So, I guess I'm looking at pads on the underside of the MMC, because I am not soldering directly to one of the MMC legs. Okay. Okay, that's something. Get a good pinch going on here, because what else are you... Oh, you know what I can do, actually? You know what's a good hack? Is find something non-conductive. What's a good non-conductive thing that's sitting around me? There's probably tons of stuff that I'm just overlooking. Let's use this plastic bag. And just put this on. Maybe a piece of plastic bag. So I don't get in my own way. And... because I could alligator clip the edge of this, but I don't want to short to the pin on the other side. I had several alligator clips out the other day. Where have they gone? So put this like this. Try and clip it without touching the other fingers as well. No and no. Okay, stay that way if you would. Wonder if I can get it on better and have it still not touch the other ones. That would be ideal. I don't know about that. Nope, that is not viable. Okay, please stay like that. Plugging up the thing to the thing with the thing and the stuff. The MMC3 is over here. So, it's gotta be somewhere over here. I mean, there aren't really too many vias coming from underneath this chip. That ain't it. Okay, I'm out of vias that are underneath the MMC3. Come on, man. Where do you come from? where do you go? Something, 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 Cotton Eye Joe. Spending way too much time on this. I surely am. Oh, anyway, let me go back to seeing if any of these vias over here are connected to it. Oh wait, it would be somewhere over here. Because like it runs. Runs under this IC and then just kind of... Oh wait, is that you? No, that attaches to another pin. Interesting. It just disappears. Oh, I might have to give up and just scrape and solder. Do the classic. But man, that's bugging me. That's a freaking mystery. Oh, wait. Might come out through one of these several legs. There are a bunch of things coming out this side. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, there are no vias for this. Damn it. Damn it. It's definitely one of these ones. So this goes under here, disappears, and then, like I said, there are a ton of lines coming out between the pins on here on the other side, and at least two of them run into the corner under this thing. So that's got to be it. So, okay, I guess that after all of that, there is no via I can solder to, and I just need to scrape and solder as mentioned. Fine, that's what you want me to do. That's what I'll do. I will sync to this and try not to crush it too badly when I close the cartridge up. All right, that should be hopefully. I don't know, where does this actually, how deeply does this actually touch? There's no registration on there. Does this actually touch? It's hard to say. How far past the solder mask does this actually rest? Oh no, okay, I think it will be fine. It rests like exactly on it. All right, now back to the question of, I know there was a couple wires in my cable here that I do not actually need. But which ones are they? It was, because I have a few extra 5 volts here that I don't really need. At least one is a no connect, so let's just do that. I think it is. There are several 5 volts on the EEPROM that are wired straight across to pins on the cable, but that literally just carry 5 volts, and at least one of them, like I said, is actually a no connect. So, I think I know what one it is, but let's be sure. Okay, so I think it's this one, which is a 18. Wait, no. No, sorry, these are the plus 5 volt ones. So I don't know. I guess these are all actually plus 5 volt on the mask ROM. But if we find, here we are. One is actually 5 volts. One is right enable, which we do need pulled to 5 volts. I mean, we could just bridge these 2 pins, but again, I only really need 1 wire. So let us change pin 30 to be our right wire. It's not a wrong wire. It's a right wire. Okay, and that would be pin 30 is this one. And then, how shall I do this? I will, because that wire, I don't know if you can tell. Oh, you can't tell. It's just not going to be long enough. But I need a way of insulating it. Let me make sure I have maybe some electrical tape, because I don't think I have heat shrink. We have electrical tape. Very good. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Well, I will need that in a moment. And maybe another piece of wire I desire. Well, I fucked you all up. There. And yeah. This'll something. Work, is that the word? I don't know if that's the word. It will something. Alright. Tin up this pad. This pad. Seems good. Give it the old tackaroony. Seems connected. Oh, you know what? Let's just do something like this. Kinda. Just have a meet in the middle over top of these wires, and then just tape it down to the wires. Call it a day. Should be fine, he said, his motto over again. Those seem like wires that are kind of maybe attached to each other some. All right, let's restrict them. Derek said, yes, for some reason my new standard evening activity. I'm glad I can provide some level of entertainment for you. I don't know if you caught it, because I'm assuming you just tuned on in. I was able to read that. I don't know if you were here yesterday. I was able to actually read a register off this thing. I think maybe it was working the whole time, but I don't really know. But now I have just connected the 6502's read-write line. And I also needs to now, oh boy, okay, I am just gonna unplug this, okay? All right, fine. Derek says, shame I'm nowhere near VCF Midwest, but I did go to VCF West last month. VCF West is the only VCF I have not been to now, and I find that to be a real bummer, because hanging out in the CHM all day seems like a probably cool thing. I went to the CHM once in 2010, maybe? And it was awesome. And I haven't been since. And I've been itching to go. But I don't often have reasons to go to Northern California, where the girls are warm so I can hear my sweet baby say, keep on a-rockin' me baby, keep on a-rockin' me baby, keep on a-rockin' me baby. So we were stealing, let's see, pin 30, because that's a no connect. And then I need to run it all the way over to the gal. Yeah, I think this new camera position here, not the best for, like, my head is totally getting in the way a lot, isn't it? I just know it is. Anyway, remove this wire if it wants to behave. There we go. And this is a no connect, so I'm just going to remove it entirely, because the fact that I even went to the trouble of running this wire over here in the first place, considering on the EEPROM it's a no connect, is just sheer laziness on my part. Okay, out of here. And now, good lord, do I even have input pins left on this gal? I mean, I guess I have a bunch that I'm not using now that my whole delay thing is not a thing I'm going to be doing. But I think I still have a couple here. Let's see, there are 10 total pins. 2 of them, one is ground, one is the clock. How many am I using? Yoobity doobity doobity doo. Up through 6. Okay, I got lots more. So let's go ahead and make pin 7. The let's NES, RW, WB. Cool, and we will build around that in a second. And I'm going to actually use the save menu option because I feel like Control S just isn't working. Okay, so I guess now we need to run a wire there, huh? Seems like. So I guess what we're gonna go ahead and try here is, once I get this hooked up, use it to control whether read or write gets asserted when we access the FDC's memory region, and I guess try writing something to a register and then reading from that register. I'm not sure if any of the, we'll have to look up if any of them are like sticky values. Like if there's got to be ones that are like mode bits that I can like set a mode. Actually no, actually I was gonna say there is a drive, like a drive density and other things select register. But I think, weirdly enough, that register is write only. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a thing connected to 7. Is it because I already had deleted stuff? Yes, it was. Haha. Dumb. Whoops. Okay, sorry. This is going to be 8. Uh-oh. 8. There we go. Good enough. All I wanted to do was switch my camera. There we are. Okay, so this is, I'm glad I actually counted. I was gonna just do it, but this is why I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 8. There's my stripping tool just lying willy-nilly all over the place, as if it's not a tiny little thing that I would 100% lose very easily. Here, you go in there. And let's just get you connected there. A little more solder on here, because I can never seem to add enough. There we go. And let's get you hooked right in there, huh? Yeah, there you are. There you are. All right, so that should be the hardware part of getting the right pins set up. Now comes the part where I put this cartridge back together, I guess. Where did I put the shells? Where did I put the shells? Where did I put the shells? Is this the shells? All right, let me turn off the iron, thereby guaranteeing that I will need it again in just a couple minutes. And pop this bad boy back in. Oh, I forgot how finicky this was last time. I bet it didn't look that finicky. It's real finicky. Because one side of the board, for some reason I can't imagine, doesn't want to just like sit nicely. So I just kind of have to hope, really. Come on. Wow. Whoops. Oh, man. Firstly, I'm dropping a bunch of screws. Secondly, I was way too optimistic about this. The solder mask is significantly longer on the top side than it is the bottom side. And my wire definitely runs into the little flange thing. So, you know what we do about that? You know what we do about that? We say, we have already thrown caution to the wind and fucked up a Super Mario Bros. 3 cartridge shell. Why not just notch it a little bit more? And where is it? Right about, sorry, I'm doing a lot of things that you can't see. Right about here. All right, clipper time. Because it won't take much. Oh, wow, okay. I forgot that this kind of explodes. It doesn't look like it would be brittle. I mean, it's old plastic. Of course it would be brittle, but it looks like it would be nice and... I mean, it is like rubbery and flexible until you hit it with a sharp edge, apparently. Okay, that seems better, maybe. Okay, there we go. Absolutely perfect. One second. I have these screws precariously located just beneath my crotch on this chair, and not throw them all over the place. Uh-oh, I found two. There are three. Did you fall off onto the floor? I already stole one Zelda screw. I can't... Oh, there you are. Yay! Do they make replacement game bit bolts? I feel like I could see somebody out there being obsessive enough to do that. I mean, they definitely make, replacement shells, so, yeah. Oh, where did I put the game bit? Did I put it back in here? Where did I put the game bit? It was not in here, I fear. No, only the big game bit is in there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Right. Mm-hmm. Did I throw you on the floor? I do that a lot. Nope. Did I put you under this keyboard here? Nope. Anybody remember where I put that game bit? Oh, this is a good chance for me to look at chat. Derek said, I'm kind of half paying attention. Kids making noise at this time of day, but congratulations on progress. Thank you, Derek. I understand the kids thing. I will be there shortly myself. Bob, Dave, Lisa Frank says, been a long time since I picked up an iron. I was always an analog gal, though. That makes one of us, which good for you, because we have had conversations on this channel how many of us, digital is fine, analog stuff throws us for a goddamn loop. So, if I need analog help, I will ring you up. But first, I'm gonna have to find this game bit and drop more screws. Seriously, how do I lose stuff like this? I mean, that's not really a real... Oh, well, there's my other screw. That's fun. Just put that over here with Zelda. But yeah, not a real question. You can see my desk. That's pretty much what my brain looks like as well. If you can imagine. But there's only so many places for a game bit driver to go. And I haven't really moved from this spot. I hope that this is fun, watching me play the Where's the Game Bit game. Did it slide under my keyboard? No. No. What on earth is going on? Also, my search skills are the worst on the planet, so... My father used to get actively angry at me when he would watch me try and find things. Which I think is probably fair, because, like, I really am that bad. Well, I guess I'll kind of try and get these half in with the tweezers and hope they don't fall out later. And mostly use this for just kind of vaguely holding the shell in place until I can do better. For I am running short on time. Alright, apparently that's about as good as I'm going to do with that. Oh, I just keep looking up, because I expect to look up and find it, like, right in front of me. I'm ticked, I tell you. Did I put it over here when I was getting the tape? No. No, I didn't. Was it under here? Wait. Ha! That was the sound of a thing falling earlier. There you go, memory. I remembered something fell off the NES. You know what it was? The thing I needed. Brilliant. Okay. Get back in here. And let's make sure we plug this in and it didn't change anything. Because it should not have changed anything. Oh boy, it's also really fun to get this cartridge in here with the cables and all. Because it doesn't really quite fit. There's a lip. goes like this. Wait, let me make sure I do these together so I make sure they're oriented correctly. This one goes like this. And this one goes like this. Nope. All right. Let's bring that display on back. He's starting to... No, I'm not starting to lose it. I lost it years and years ago. It's gone. I will never get it back. Apparently, you haven't watched my streams before. Cool. All right. And... Right. That looks good. And if I change this guy, am I still reading from the thing? Yes, I am. Very good. Let's change it back just to be sure. And then let's try right into a thing. And I think, yeah, it works fine. So I had been recommended to use this register a video or two back. The one that I am reading and displaying on the screen right there. Because it is the DriveSense pin, or the, like floppy disk detect pin. And therefore, I can see the bit changing as I change that pin, grounded and ungrounded. But there is also a register. So that is called the... Let's find the registers again. Where's the list? Here's the list. So I believe... Yeah, digital input register is the one that we are reading right now at address 7. And there is this one called digital output register, but I don't think it's available now that I think about it. Oh, you know what they did? Now I understand. So there's this whole thing where there are several modes you can have this floppy disk controller in depending on how you wire one of the pins, and I have it in PCAT mode, so it's compatible with a PCAT. I just realized looking at this table, the A2 bit, there probably was not an A2 line on the predecessor to this chip that was actually in the PCAT. So it's clearly that one that selects the AT only registers, and when it's 0, these are the ones that are usable in the PS2 and stuff. That would make sense. So yeah, yeah, never mind. I don't think the digital output register is there. But surely there is another thing that I can control things, like that I can write to and then see results change. We're going to have to do some reading. Configuration control register seems likely. It would be very cool if I could like set something in configuration control register and maybe it would show up in the main status register or something. Maybe, could be. I don't know. Let's read about the configuration control register. CCR, 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 CCR. Where's the PCAT mode? Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. CCR, PCAT, and PST modes, and PS2 modes. Sets the data rate and is write only. The PCAT in the PCAT, it is named the DSR. Okay. So, what do these do? Is it gonna tell me? Oh, is it gonna tell me? What do data rate select 1 and data rate select 0 do, and am I able to see them somewhere? D rate cell. following is changed in PS2 mode. Bit 654 and 3, return a value of 1. And D rate select 1 through 0, return the value of the current data rate. I know this is the PS2 digital input register, but it's still called D rate cell, so I'm assuming it's the same kind of thing. But this is a read-only register. So what the heck does D rate? I mean, obviously it's for selecting the data rate, but let me just, okay. That I know now that I have these 2 bits that I can write to in that register, but then the question is, on the main status register, it really doesn't, yeah, I don't think writing to those is going to change anything on the main status register. I think maybe I have to try writing commands to it. I don't think it's going to be that easy as toggling a field and then seeing if it did something. Command busy. Drive busy. Yeah, so like these will only do things when the drive's in the middle of a command. So I got to send a command for them to show up as anything. Yeah. I guess let's look at, well, let's read about the FIFO. All command parameter information and disk data transfer go through the FIFO. The FIFO is 16 bits in size and has programmable threshold values. Data transfers are governed by the RQM and DIO bits in the status register, which say that we can transfer data or which direction data transfer is going. Interesting. So the FIFO defaults to an 8272A compatible mode after a hardware reset, which is the PCAT mode. Software resets can also put it in that mode. This maintains PCAT hardware compatibility. The default values can be changed to the configure command. Cool, whatever. All right. Let's read about commands, huh? Because there's a whole section on those. And I'm going to need to send one, apparently. Here we go. Read data, read deleted data, write deleted data, read track, verify. Ooh, version command. You write this, and then you should read this. I think that looks promising. So what does it return if it's not an enhanced controller? I guess this is just saying because this is an enhanced controller, it's always going to return that if you're using this type. David Cooter said, "Hey, David! How's it going, my dude? Will I see you this weekend? Are you coming to VCF? Because I hope so." I don't know how long ago you posted that. No, I know. If you remember when we were playing around with my operating system code, I have written an operating system. Not that it's good. That sounds flashy to anybody else. It's garbage. But I wrote floppy disk code before, so I am familiar. I am familiar with the floppy disk controller, and this is a PC floppy disk controller. Francisco Javier Castañeta Mancia. Hola a todos. Hola, Francisco. Bob Dave leaves. Frank says, "Yep, I've been there with the OS writing." Yeah. Yup. It's good times. It's a good way to go insane, too. And David said he is going to be there. Excellent. As a side note, I forgot to book my hotel room. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to try and find a hotel in the area, which would be fine. I'm going to try calling them just to see if it's just showing up that everything is booked because of the block of rooms that they have done. Or if I just put some cushions in my car and just sleep in the back of my car. Because there's nothing like sleeping in a hotel parking lot. I guess I already have this floppy disk controller page up. Huh? That's I think this will tell me a little bit more readably how to send those commands. Okay, that's exactly what I'm looking for. The proper way to issue a command is read the master register, the master status register, and verify that RQM equals 1 and DIO equals 0. Did it say? Because I feel like... Wait. The... Scroll. That RQM value. Was that one of the ones that on reset that should have a particular value? Because I don't think it did, but I could... Oh, okay, yeah. No, hardware reset state is it should be 0. So let's actually... That's a thing we can try really quick without doing much changing, is let me modify the register I'm reading to be reading the main status register, which is at some kind of address. Main status register is hiding. Main status register is 100, which is, if I remember correctly, and my brain is functioning, 8. No, it's not. It's 4. See, that's why I have to verify that my brain is working. So over on the assembly, let us, instead of reading from A007, let us read from A004. Right, we have done this before. And I'm just going to confirm if we keep reading from that field and or resetting the NES and then reading from that field, so on and so forth, that bit... Okay, I'm not scrolling through this anymore. It's got to be right in here, right? Come on. Registers. Tell me about the registers. This is still better than trying to scroll through that PDF. There we go. Yeah, bit 7. So yeah, I'm definitely going to have to read, because it says it is 0 on hardware reset, so there's probably an initialization sequence I have to do, huh? Probably. Surely there is. Anyway, let's do that thing. So bit 7 should always be 0, which doesn't really indicate anything, but it's better than nothing. So was that all I needed to do? Just change that to 4? Yes. And let's do that really quick before we start doing anything. Because if I read that and it is ever anything other than 0, then we know we still have hardware problems reading, and I would like to be sure about that first. David says, looks like that chip is one of the nicer ones that's highly integrated. Yeah, it's for the PS2. So it's a later, like, backwards compatible, early 90s type deal. David said, worst case, we can make room for you to bring a sleeping bag. Yeah, I was wondering, like, if I can just be a total douche and be like, hey, anybody got an extra bed or something? But I would totally sleep on somebody's floor. I am not beyond that. Losing my mind. Did I load this already? No? Yes? I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, you're not looking at my screen. Oh well, too late. We're programming. And I don't know if you... Hello, Megaton. I don't know if you already caught Dave, but I am bringing this to VCF. This is my silly thing this year. I don't know why I am bringing it to VCF, but I figured it's easy to get a booth, so... And hanging out on the floor late night was super fun. But we won't be debugging it in the wee hours of the morning unless something goes wrong with it, because all of the stuff I'm doing right now is superfluous. It's stuff that I want to do for this project anyway, but it's just going to be like a TV typewriter when it gets there. Dave says, not as heavy as a VEX 3X00, and that is true, because last year I took the VEX to VCF, and it was cool, but it also weighed a bajillion tons. The funny thing is, I have a bigger car this year, but I'm going to be bringing a Nintendo and a TV. So, yeah. And I'm not going to bring a giant box of stupid wires this time. Okay, before I get too more distracted... Oh, wow, and it's almost been an hour and a half. So, you know what? Let's do this. And... okay, I'll go to an hour and a half. And then I will call it, because I don't want to do this too long, and I have other things I need to do. Yeah, sorry. But if we have enough time before 10, or before we hit, and it's an hour and 22 right now. So if we have time before we hit an hour and a half, maybe I can try writing something, but. Okay, no, that seems promising and reasonable and stuff. It's 0 every time. I think that means we're reading stuff. Would be really funny if the issue that I was having before was literally that because I was delaying the read line. That would be very funny. Okay, let's turn it off. Let it settle. Turn it on. Yes, that bit. Oh wait, I'm not resetting it though. Whoops. I mean. Okay, let's reset it. Let's just reset it. Let's go over here and reset it. Because the reset pin is still connected to MicroPython, or is still connected to the pico. So reset.low. Let me check it with an LED like a crazy person. Make sure it's actually doing the thing. Low, reset, high. Yes. Reset, low. And I mean, you know, we won't see any difference, but huh, interesting. I do think that is slightly different, though. The all ones there. But that bit still says 0. So we are definitely reading from the floppy disk controller. I don't know what our problems were before, but that's cool. All right, we've got about 5 minutes left. Let me read Derek Koningsberg's little message here. I've been meaning to set up something at VCF West for years, but never seemed to follow through. I have a bunch of old Unix hardware, but no idea how to make an interesting setup of it. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I didn't find a way of making an interesting setup. I mean, I had... I don't know, Derek, if you went back and watched any of my other stuff, but for that VCF, I brought my VAX, as mentioned, but I also had a video card board for it that didn't have the actual deck hardware for it, the peripherals. So I made a little adapter boxy do. That's what David was helping me with last time. And I pretty much just set it up and let people play with deck windows. And I don't know, like 3 people bit day of. But it was more fun to be there and set it up and play with it and meet people than to actually have a cool display. So I'm sure, you know, if you just bring a neat computer and set it up and put it there for people to play with, that's pretty much it. Okay, what am I actually doing here? Right, we were going to try writing something maybe. So let's look at the floppy disk controller stuff in OS Dev, and let's see. Let's read about how you're supposed to initialize this thing. Because again, well, let me make sure. As far as I remember, I have lost track of where the heck. Oh, it's the one on BitSavers. That RIO or whatever they're calling that register. What is it? Where is the master register? Main status register. RQM. If it's 0, indicates that the host can transfer data if set to a 1. No access is permitted if set to a 0. So on reset state, you can't write to it. Confirmed. So the question is, what do you have to do in order to do that? Procedures. That seems useful. Reinitialization. The BIOS probably leaves the controller in its default state. This is assuming it's plugged into a PC. That's fine. Well, I can't send a version command to the controller because it doesn't want any data yet. Reset. Sorry, just trying to figure out what the hell, you know? Okay, do I have access to the DOR in PCAT mode? That is the question. Which one is the DOR? I don't think so. I think these are PS2 mode things. I should have put this thing in PS2 mode. Yes, digital output register is only available in PS2 mode. I'm going to read what David is saying. I'm bringing stuff to maybe play with. I can manage to beg, borrow, steal table space from someone. You can for me. I think I'll have more than I need. So, well, if you want to pair up again, I'm down. Spent the past month implementing an Apple II and Verilog from scratch for a Panologic G20 client. So I have no idea what a Panologic G20 client is. I cannot wait to see what that is. But that sounds sick. Bring it. We'll do something with it. You can have my. If I can sleep on your hotel room floor, you can have my booth space. No problem. It's just going to be all I'm going to have there is an NES and a TV and a keyboard. That's the whole thing. Okay, so that's annoying. I'm going to read in this thing, I guess, how. I might be misunderstanding something about that can I send stuff bit. But no, I don't think so, because it's pretty clear in the other documentation that you have to wait for it to be 1 before you can do stuff. So the frickety fruck. Yeah, I will probably just give up in a second because we have 29, 59, 30. Yup, it just hit an hour and a half. I only wanted to do an hour anyway, so sorry. We're going to have to pick up next time. But we got the read-write signal passed on through. Oh, I didn't change how the PLCC is, or the GAL. I didn't change how the GAL is treating that line at all, so actually this would have been ridiculous. We can't do writes yet. I totally forgot to do that. And I guess that's big. We managed to make sure that we are actually reading from the FDC, which we didn't seem to be doing before. I don't know. I don't get it. I must have been doing something super dumb. So, yeah. Sorry, Taco Man. Oh, David Coutier says FPGA-based thin client. Okay, that does sound neat. Is it that? Well, I'll just ask you day of. But is it that the FPGA is supposed to be programmable, or is it a hack that you have like jailbroken the thing and are programming the FPGA on something that's supposed to have its FPGA programmed one time for a single purpose? I'm curious. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, sorry, Taco Man. Oh man, I'm hella late then. Yeah, I'm sorry. But I'll be shooting for the same time tomorrow. I have a bunch of client work to do. So yeah, see you at the show, David. And for everyone else, I'm gonna go take a quick break and do other work. And until tomorrow, I will see ya